realized after going through my goals and my Vlogmas videos, I never wrapped up December reading, which doesn't completely surprise me because there's been so much going on. I did Vlogmas this year, last month, and then I also traveled for a week, and yeah, then I got straight into 2024 best of stuff and then 2025 content. So let's wrap up December. I will link below. What I did during Vlogmas was wrap up. I did a weekly kind of reading update for 2 weeks, I think. And I'll link those below. And then, yeah, I think that's right. And then, so we'll wrap up the last 2 weeks because I was traveling and then got back and was already into what's my best book of the year kind of thing. So I wrapped up through West Girls. That West Girls was a DNF for me, unfortunately. It is by Laura Elizabeth Willett. I did kind of like a soft DNF of this because I have liked the author's writing before. And honestly, I mean, December, I read a lot, made a lot of videos for Vlogmas. So I don't want to just straight DNF that one because some of the stories, they're interconnected stories, and some of the stories I was really interested in. So I might go back to that one. So the first one that I need to wrap up, this was actually book number 12 of the month. This was Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. This is my third by Claire Keegan, and I think she's pretty much becoming one of my favorite authors. It's hard in a way to say that because all of her books are so short, but she does so much with the language that she uses, you know, the style, the writing style that she has. And all three of her books that I've read Foster, I've read, what's the other one? So Late in the Day, I think is the other one of short stories. And this one, they're just beautiful. And this reminds me more of Foster. This is about a man named Bill who is a coal merchant, and he's making deliveries on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day in the 80s in an Irish town. And he comes across a girl locked in a shed on the grounds of an old church, is it? A convent, a local convent. And so the story kind of goes into his reaction of that. It's such a short book, I don't want to say too much. But he has, I think, like 4 or 5 daughters, and finding her in there, makes him think of his own daughters. And yeah, the story just takes it from there. And what he does after that, yeah. I listened to the audiobook, which is really good, and I'm gonna reread this. If I don't do it soon, I'll probably do it again Christmas time, because that's when it takes place. All right, and I gave that 4 stars. Then I did, which I'll link the travel vlog below. I did a vlog over my trip and Christmas, where I was reading 3 of the GoodReads Choice Award winners, and 2 were successful, one was not, and we'll start with the one that was not. The Ministry of Time by Kaylin Bradley. I tried it. The premise sounded interesting, but yeah, it just didn't work for me. And I talk more about it in that vlog. I also read The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. Yeah, I liked it. It was a 4-star, right? Yeah, 4-star on this one. And then I also read The Wedding People by Allison Esbach. And if you've watched my best books of 2024, you know that this was one of my best. I think I listed it in the second spot for 2024. It was amazing. Then I also listened to All That Is Wicked by Kate Winkler Dawson. This is the January book for the Morbidly Curious book club that I follow on Instagram. This is about a serial killer from the 19th century. His name is Roloff, Edward Roloff. And basically it talks about his history, where he just thought he was smarter than everyone and couldn't be caught. He was accused of killing his wife, his daughter, a couple of family members, a coworker, someone who worked with him. Yeah, and he just kept getting away with it. And so he thought he was too smart to catch, I think is how they put it. And I really liked it because the author also goes into, he probably would have been considered a sociopath, based on behaviors and his life. And he told things like he made up stories about his past. And it was before we had any of the psychological diagnostic tools. So he really, you know, there were no words for what was going on. And she goes into some of the theories that different doctors of the time thought about him. And it's really interesting, especially if you're interested in psychology at all. And I listened to the audiobook and it was really, really good. I gave that 4 stars. And then I realized that there's 2 books that I did not write on my list. One of them is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter. I listened to this. We did this as kind of an unofficial buddy read with my book club. And it was fun. It was kind of like a contemporary Christmassy Agatha Christie type novel. These 2 are authors, and they have had some run-ins through their careers, and she basically hates him and he doesn't know why. But just kind of the banter between the 2 of them. And then they get invited to an estate for the holidays, and they both, yeah, it just goes from there. And it's, there's murders, there's secrets, there's lots of people with motive. There's a snowstorm. It's a closed mystery, closed, what am I trying to say? Sequestered and isolated type location. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did listen to this on audio and it was really good. So highly recommend that. If you don't mind reading Christmas books, outside of Christmas season, go for it. If you would rather wait, I would definitely check that out for Christmas in 2025, this year. Yeah. The other one I read was Poor Dear by Claire Odesky, I think is her name. I'll put a cover here. This was one of my library books, and it is about a little girl whose childhood friend is found dead, and it's kind of the mother's, both girls' mothers' reactions, the little girl's reaction, and I liked it as far as the story goes. Writing style was good. I would definitely read more from her. I think one of the most infuriating parts of this is that there's an incident that happens when the little girl dies, and they're 4-year-olds with no supervision. And then kind of what the adults around these children expect of 4-year-olds. I don't know. Like, I really want to give everyone in the story a child development book to read. But anyway, it's just a story of loss, of grief, and blame. I think that's definitely a theme there too. It's a short book, and I'd seen a couple people read it on booktube. I think I gave it 3 stars. So that was my December reading. It was a really good month. I mean, like I said, I forgot to write down these last 2, and that would have been 18 books in December. Now, granted, 3 of them, because I think all that, I'm trying to remember, All That Is Wicked I listened to on my way to my sister's house, and then on the way back I listened to The Wedding People. That's right, because I did listen to the audio of The Wedding People. So it ended up being a great trip, great reading the whole month, and I had fun with Vlogmas. I think I'm going to do it differently. In 2025, it was just a lot, and during the week, even in December, I work from home. I have a chronic illness that keeps me at home more than I would like, but it's just the reality, and so not a lot happens during the week. So yeah, I'll think about how I want to do it come December 2025. It feels so weird to say 2025, but that's where we're at. I hope y'all are having a great January so far, and that you've gotten some good reading in. I will go back to mid-month wrap-ups, probably reading check-ins. That kind of works the best for me. I get a lot of brain fog, so I forget things if they're not written down. So that helps me wrap up books a little bit easier. I really appreciate you being here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.